Kathy and Richie. What did y'all
Kathy, y'all go ahead.
Okay, so a couple weeks ago, we were walking through Costco, and there was a display of golf carts for, yeah, look at
Yes,
That's right. Good. Go for
Austin's
it.
excited.
beautiful golf carts.
We use this mutual decision process tonight because obviously we had a very different opinion about it. So we used the questions. So it was basically he said, Kathy, I want to get this golf cart.
And it took
And I
about a minute
said-
to say,
I did not say at
Yeah.
that point, guys, we have to process this. I said, are you out of your cotton picking mind? I said, that golf cart is $10,000. That's absurd.
and I said, I didn't want to get the $15,000 one, and I'm not going to get the $5,000. So I'm like,
Better.
right in the middle.
And I said, we have to process this.
There you go.
Oh boy, did I say we have to process this. I said, bada bing, are you kidding me? I was going to take them out right in the middle of Costco.
And now
I
she's the
said-
expert on golf carts
I
because
said, Rich,
she grilled the sales
I
guys.
didn't grill the sales guy. I can tell you everything there is to know because I am one that reads the manual. So we went through the questions tonight.
And we know how the Lord feels about golf, guys. Come
Am I
on,
being
there's golf
selfish
courses
about-
in heaven.
So, Rich,
Beautiful golf
Rich,
courses.
am I being selfish about this, right? So his answer was,
No,
no, I'm not being selfish
Gotta
because
be honest too.
because the golf course,
we both,
Was-
let's get through them quickly.
it was
honey.
for her.
It's late and other people have to
She
talk.
You have to
blew
be
her
honest.
No.
You have to be-
So he said, no, because we both could use it. So I'm not being selfish.
Okay, check that one off.
Okay. Then I said, well, what does the Lord think about this? We really did this
And
tonight,
I
guys.
said, the Lord,
Seriously.
he loves golf.
And he
Of course
said-
does.
Guys, he
What's
hates
the
you.
Lord-
Peter, he runs a course up
He
there.
said, why would the Lord have an issue with it? We would both be comfortable. It's safe. It would be less stressful carrying stuff from the main house. My daughter lives in the main house, which is down below, and we do live up a very high hill. So there's a huge driveway. You can't put your car up. It's just a big,
It's made for a
it's made
Golf
for
cart.
golf cart.
And
Thank
in
you.
between the main house and our home is a beautiful built-in pool, right? It's gorgeous, really, guys. I'll show you a picture next week. So he's thinking we get this golf cart and it's going to be easy to bring stuff up and we travel a lot and it's backbreaking, which I understand.
Love
So
it.
I'm listening to all this. So now the third question comes up. Am I so intense about this because of a past trauma that I suffered? And the answer is no. He says, it's more about our current situation. You recently hurt your back, which is true.
That's a trauma.
And, and
that
we
was the
travel
past.
often, and carrying the luggage is an issue. So now he's got my ear, guys, right? So now I say, he says, the fourth question is, what is my spouse's point of view? And he says, Kathy, you've always been a good steward over finances, which I am. And yes, we do the finances together, but I dot the I and cross the T as a past math teacher and an accountant and a QuickBooks junkie. I am the connoisseur on dotting the I and crossing the T. So I am saying to him, and he's agreeing with me, yes, you're to finances. I understand your. So after looking at each other and really talking about it tonight, we agreed that
Now,
we're
did you do,
Wait, let her finish.
did you do your 4 questions?
What?
You did his 4 questions, but did you do your 4 questions? What did you think you were selfish? What did the Lord tell you? What was this? Because you were the one who wanted to process it.
right, I had to process it because it was his idea. So when I thought about it, am I being selfish? I didn't think I was being selfish not
Right.
wanting it,
That's right.
right? And I didn't think that, I mean, as far as the Lord, like, what does the Lord think? I kind of thought, really? Is the Lord really concerned about the golf cart? I think the Lord's more concerned about us being in agreement and seeing if financially it's a good move,
Yeah.
all joking aside, right? Because
Okay,
that's
good.
what I think.
Good.
I'm very
Right.
boom, boom, boom. He's a faith man and spontaneous, and I'm a thinker, and everything's processed.
That's
So,
good.
Yeah, that's how we roll, right? And I tell people in marriage counseling that my life would be boring without Rich, and my life is much more colorful with Richie, because I could do the same thing the same way every single day and be very happy. This one has to be spontaneous and wants to do something different every day. And I wouldn't have experienced life without Rich, because
What did you say about the third question?
The third question for me was, what is the third question? Am I so right? Is it a past trauma that I suffered? And I thought, well, it does make sense with my back issue. So I started to lean more towards mutually agreeing that maybe it's a good idea, but not at $10,000.
Did you have any background where anybody in your family caused debt or caused y'all where overspending was an issue?
Growing up, until my dad had a sovereign move of God in his life, he had gambling issues.
Oh, okay.
So
And
that would be a past trauma
affected
that would
my
say,
family.
don't overspend.
Yes,
Don't spend too much.
that's right. So
Makes
I
you
always,
very
yes,
diligent in managing money. Okay.
exactly. So when my quick testimony, my dad got saved and totally delivered, and thank God I was young. It wasn't even like it went into my adulthood, but thank God it was dealt with in my young middle school years, but it affected me, obviously. Anyway, so I started to think, okay, so we started to look on OfferUp, Let Go. I don't know if you're familiar with those kind of things on, Facebook Marketplace and things. So we are going to look at one, and we found one for around $3,500 that we kind of texted someone and said, hey, is this still available? So we'll see. But I feel like, I don't know, we're in agreement and we're comfortable with it, and it's all good. But we actually use these questions.
You have enthusiastic agreement. Are you both happy?
Yes, I think so.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. That's you're a poster
Okay,
child.
let's see. Okay. That we'll use this as a testimonial.
Yeah.
Honey,
You could do a commercial
Yeah.
that you could use.
an infomercial for
An infomercial.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, let's see. Did anybody
That
else?
was
I
so
love
possible.
it. Thank y'all. How about anybody else? Did they? Keisha, where is Lewis?
Lewis is right there in the middle.
Wait, no, wait, Keisha,
Yeah.
Lewis right there. Lewis, did you get to process, or did you, what
Well-
happened with you?
Absolutely. I don't even want to steal their thunder. The way they broke it down, it was amazing. I actually just processed something like this today in regards, I went through that process, and my wife and I are on one accord. And I just want to leave it at that. They broke it down amazing.
Yeah, and
good.
we had Tim who does the Kajabi for us, that is part of our team. When his wife was having the baby in the hospital, he said they were both exhausted. It had been a long period of time and things were not going well. But then he realized, I need to do this mutual decision process, because they were at odds. And he said, I actually implemented it and we got in a much better place. So yeah, but he said, I just had to slow myself down and make myself just follow the guidelines, right? So Debbie and Tom, how about you two? Did y'all have any interesting?
Yes, we did.
We
So-
actually had something come up today that we kind of already went through this before we did it tonight. And it's about the damage that we've had on our roof because of the
Yes.
hail that
yes.
we had last week. And so, go ahead.
So I propose that if we should get a new roof, if the insurance, if there's enough damage to qualify for a new roof, and the insurance company would pay for it, except when you do that, there's a big deductible, like $5,000. Okay. And then we went through the 4 questions by ourselves,
We have had some unexpected expenses come up besides now the roof. I have issues also. I'm actually going to be getting an injection next week. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for 9 months. I went through everything that they asked me to do, and finally I will be getting the injection. So that's a lot of expense that we've been dealing with. And we have a daughter getting married at the end of the year, and so that's extra expense going on. So now the roof comes up, and so I just said I want to be sure that we truly do need a new roof.
Selfish, and I said, no. I said, what does the Lord think about this? And I said, I think he would want the best and the safest thing for us if that was needed. And then, oh, am I so intense about this, about past trauma? And I go, I don't think so, but I always think about trying to fix stuff that needs to be fixed. And if you're on the borderline, or, I was probably much easier to go that way without being tight on money. So I wouldn't say it was any kind of past trauma. And I would say, under what is my spouse's point of view, and what I wrote down is that she would be concerned about the money, so that's what I said.
Right, but we did come to the conclusion that yes, of course, if we need a new roof, if the damage is that bad, it does take priority for safety and otherwise. So I am in agreement that we get a new roof if indeed we need one. And all of the other expenses will take care of themselves. And
well, we voted. We had a 2-0 vote, but it was close. We went through the process.
We did.
Yeah, the great thing about it is you came to a conclusion that was a compromise between the two of you, because on one side, Debbie said, okay, if it's that important, but we need to prove it first. I mean, we can't just assume it is. First of all, so there's an investigation, you prove it. If it is, then, okay, could take priority over the other, and then, coming to agreement there was a compromise.
But you're talking and you're working together as a team. So that's the point, right? Rather than one of you just trying to make the decision by themselves. Yeah. Well, okay. How about Tanya and Matt? What did y'all do? How did it go for you? They're back.
We're home, yes.
So we chose a hypothetical scenario that's possible conflict in the future, where we've had some conflict in the past. My friend he needs some help. He has a gym, like a rock climbing gym, and he needs help tearing down a wall. Mm-hmm. And in the past, I've always helped him, and I've kind of been his go-to guy. Well, he needs help next week, and we haven't really talked about what we want to do. And I honestly, I don't really want to commit a lot of time, but hypothetically, we said I wanted to commit the entire week, because I've done that in the past with him. And I took time, went through the questions. I think the questions are really good. I think those are pretty key, because you have to kind of stand back and really question yourself and your motives.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Whether you align with what the Bible says. And some of the things that came to mind for me was that I need to make sure I'm handling my responsibilities at home before I start giving everything away. So if I'm not handling responsibilities here, then I can't start giving. So what we ended up doing is, well, I'll let you, is there anything you wanted to add before I get to that?
I don't think so. So typically, I don't normally give too much pushback on this, but I'm the one who's normally more of the, we'll go along with whatever, and I'll take on all the responsibility. And then I get angry and resentful because I've got 3 kids in various camps and sports, and I'm handling everything by myself. So this time I was kind of voicing a concern up front, and then having to realize it's not selfish to actually say that, hey, we're partners in this and we need to handle our family as a partnership.
Mm-hmm.
So that was actually good practice for me.
Yeah. So the important things for me were to be there for a friend, still need to handle my responsibilities. And I didn't come up with a third one, but those were the 2 statements. that I expressed, and we ended up deciding that no more than 2 days is appropriate if I really wanted to help out. And as long as 3 days would handle all the responsibilities back home.
And I love what you said, Tanya, that normally you would just go along to get along, and I think particularly in this particular scenario, he's helping a friend. So are you going to be the bad guy here? No, you can't help your friend. We need you here at home. So I love that you did say, wait a minute, though, we're a team and I can't be left for the entire week taking care of the family. I need you. So I love that you shared that piece of it, because I do think that's not uncommon to go, well, I want you to be happy, or, well, yeah, but what you're trying to do is a good thing. So I ought to just go along with it. But y'all probably, and I think you came up with something that you both felt good about now. Would you say that?
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.